Hello everyone, this is Anson from AnsonAlex.com, and in this video I'm going to talk about setting your default applications on a Mac computer running OS X, which would be really any version of Mac in the last 10 years. And by default, Mac has a way to set your default programs built into their operating system. And the problem with that is that it doesn't always work correctly. So the default way to set your default program on Mac is to right-click on the document you want to open. So I have this PDF over here on the right part of my screen, and I'm going to right-click on it. And instead of clicking Open, because then it would just open with the program that's already set as default, I can click on Open With, and it'll show me what the default program is. So right now it's Preview. But let's say I wanted to open this program with GIMP, and I wanted to set GIMP as the default app for this program. I could go down here to Other, and it's going to ask me to choose my application. So I could go and I could choose the GIMP application. I think I passed it here. And then I could choose the checkbox that says Always Open With. Now the problem is, even though I hit that checkbox and I hit Open, it doesn't always open with GIMP. If I were to then try and open this document again, it depends on the file type, it would probably try and open in Preview. So I have another solution that I've been using ever since I've been using Mac. And what it is it's a little preference pane that you can install so that in your system preferences, you'll have this box down here at the bottom that says Default Apps. And when you click on it, you can go in and you can choose your default application for your web browser. So I could choose Chrome, Safari, another web browser if I had one, my default application for email, so I could choose Mail. If I had a different application like Google Notifier, I could choose that. But where you get really deep and detailed is if you go all the way over to the Extensions tab, you can go to specific extensions. So I could just hit P to go down to the P's, and I could find the PDF extension, and it says that the default app is Preview. I could go ahead and I could change this to GIMP. I probably don't want to open all my PDFs in GIMP, so I'll change this back afterwards. But now, if I go and I double click on this PDF, it's going to open right up in GIMP, and every other PDF that I try and open is going to open it in GIMP as well. So that is a more robust way of setting your default apps on Mac. I'm going to go back into my system preferences just to go back into this preference pane, and then I'm going to show you how you can get this preference pane, because I'm showing you how to use it right now, but we haven't talked about where to get it yet. So you'll notice that there's a whole bunch of different tabs up here. So for some of you advanced users, you can really set the default application for every single file on your computer. So that's a really, really cool extension. It's not, doesn't take up any processing power, it doesn't take up really any space, it's a tiny little download. And to get it, I'm going to go into Google Chrome here. This is the website where you can download this app. It's rubycode.com/software/RCDefaultApp. This is the name of it. It's called RCDefaultApp. So if you just search Google for RCDefaultApp, if we do that real quick, you'll notice that it's the first thing that comes up here. So you want to be at rubycode.com. You can just go ahead and click this download over here where it says download for Mac OS X 10.2 or greater. And when you do that, we can just put it on our desktop, say. When you open it up, it will go ahead and install itself. You might have to grant it access to your preferences, obviously. I've already got it installed, so I don't need it right now. And then you will now be able to set every single default app on your Mac computer just by going to your preferences and going to the default apps preference. You'll get this notice saying that it can't be opened because it's from an unidentified developer. I think this is a new feature of OS X Mavericks, but you just hit OK, and then you can go ahead and set your default apps, and it works just like it did on all previous versions of OS X. So I really hope this video helped. I've been using this feature for years now. It's definitely one of the first things I set up on a computer when I'm setting up my Mac computers. If this video helped, I would really appreciate a thumbs up here on YouTube, and if you want to see more technology tips and tutorials, remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's all I have for you for today. It's Anson from AnsonAlex.com.